mic
It's
right
a
there.
new microphone. I got
Yeah, I thought
two.
so.
It's a microphone. I got two of these microphones and an audio interface.
Is it a physical one or a
Yeah,
electronic?
it's like a well, not a big, but it's a switchboard with like switches and everything.
Oh, nice.
Right here. It's got lights. I can hear myself in my headphones, but I can't hear you.
Yeah. All right. Oh, so like pro podcast.
Yeah. And this is what I'm hoping me and you, because you drive now or wherever we go, we could then now like in person professionally podcast it with this stuff.
Yeah.
This will eliminate any and all of that. And you know, Nigel.
Yeah. Hey, creepy peeps. Nigel
And Dane.
are back for the season 1 finale of the Creepy
Peepers.
podcast. And
Oh yeah, baby. We're
as you
back.
can tell, we've got a little treat for you here because Dane just got a brand new toy. If you want to let us know.
I did get a brand new toy. All right, everybody, give it up. Thank you. Thank you very much. Shut up. Okay, I think we're good. Now, this is just a taste of the sort of upgrades we're going to be getting for season 2. And we're very excited because we're going to come back. We're going to take a break after this. And we're going to come back with season 2 strong and ready to roll.
Yes, we are. And actually, I'm glad that we're doing this. And I'm glad that we decided to end it at the end of 2023 because I noticed that a lot of podcasts actually tend to do that, where instead of taking the holiday break around like Christmas, they'll take their holiday break during like the first few weeks of January. And then they like Taste Buds, one of the podcasts that
Ooh.
influenced us to start,
Yeah,
but I'll get to that a little later.
that's true.
They just made an announcement. Joe DeRosa did that they're coming back in February, um, instead of January. So yeah, so we're happy to come back. We'll probably be back by January. I was just making the comparison, but yeah, it's been a wild ride, and we'll see you next time. No, I'm just kidding.
Goodbye, folks. This is the shortest episode of the Creepy Peepers we've ever done. No, I thought as a final um episode for season 1, we're gonna send it off. You know, we're gonna give it a little kiss. We're gonna send it off down the river, and we're gonna reminisce, and we're gonna as we gather up our strengths for season 2. I thought first on a list, I compiled a list of stuff we could talk about. But first on the list, I would like to talk about uh the creation of this podcast, what the elements, as Nigel mentioned, like our influences, like taste buds and whatnot, all the ingredients that came together to make this podcast. But anyways, creepy peeps, you I know it's funny whenever you like look at a celebrity and it's like, you remember when you worked with this person in this movie, and they're like, uh no. And then they're clearly in like 2-second long scene on Star Trek, and it's like, hey, what, you guys have a bad relationship? It's like, no. Here's the thing, peeps. Even though I am one of the co-hosts and creators of this podcast, my memory of the genesis of this show is terrible compared to Nigel's. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I want to ask Nigel, what's like where did the first? Because I know me and Nigel, we talked about we just like talked on the phone. And was this before or after ThesCon? Because I think ThesCon is when we locked in and really had, the Creepy Peepers birth.
This was after. This was actually way after that. This was like
I thought so.
mm, this. If that's kind of was like early 22, and we didn't start till November, I would say we probably started up around September. Yeah, towards like September and October, we started regularly playing Skate 3, and
Oh, I missed that.
yeah, and we would jump on like Xbox Party, and we'd be like, okay, you know what? Let's get some dialogue going here, and we just do bits, and we'd like talk about like horror movies and like creepy things that happened in our life, and
Right.
like creepy things we found online, and then that would be pretty much it. We just do that, and then that was our like rapport, and then I was like, okay, we could start a podcast. And then I
Right.
mean, and we both were kind of skeptical. Like I said that, and I was a little confident, but I've been down. Like you're skeptical because like that's such a blanket statement these days to just be like, oh yeah, we should start a podcast. We're so funny, ha 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 ha.
Right. Right. You hear so many people say it.
Yeah, but I was a bit skeptical too. But here's what I like. I've been down the actual failed podcast well, where I've been like, okay, we're doing like I was doing a podcast for a little while, and then it ended up getting not even canceled. It's just we did the first episode. And I was like, okay, we should start a schedule, and they're like, or we could just not do it anymore.
Right.
And so that's what kind of happened with that old one, but that was over like that was maybe like 2021 or 2020. I don't know. But point is, this one I was like, you know what, we can actually do it because we have some idea of what we're actually talking about. Like I feel like we were like, okay, this could actually work because we kind of know what we're doing.
Right.
Um,
Because me and Nigel, I think, had our first sort of night, and seriously, like this night, we stayed in a hotel room for a theater convention in high school. And I'll tell you guys, like a night spent in this hotel room, it was like the first time me and Nigel were really, I guess, like put together like this in such a way. And we spent the whole night literally sounding like an episode of the Creepy Peepers podcast. Like Nigel said, we would talk about like just old internet stuff that used to scare us and bits. We had bits for hours. I mean, day one we had like 4 or 5 bits going.
we set up those bits. Those were bits that lasted us like 6 months too.
Oh, I think they lasted us like a year or two. Well, I mean, me and you still, I think, say like a couple of the ones that we used to do, maybe.
Give me your keys. That's still a good one.
That's that, yeah. Give me your keys. That one's still really prominent nowadays. Um, um, but after that, yeah, me and Nigel like spent nights talking on the phone about movies, and uh, over time we both realized that we both had a very similar film slash media taste. And once we started talking about like movies and all kinds of stuff more often, then I think that's when I think that's when you realized, oh, this could be an actual podcast. I think even before we even started doing a podcast, didn't we, like, for a while we were like, if I would mention something, you'd be like, "Hey, save that for the podcast."
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, "We're doing it. We're doing the podcast. Okay, I'm seeing we're doing it. We're doing it." And I was like, everybody says that. But no, here we are, 2,000 years later.
I'm here as an old veteran, not knowing what I'm doing with my life, just doing this podcast. And I'm an old bitter man.
No. Anyways.
I was kind of waiting for that one to creep back.
What? It was creeping back. Come on, I had a bit. I'll show you a creep back. All right.
Speaking of creep back.
Creep back.
What? Wait, what? Is that part of your soundboard?
Yeah, it is on the soundboard.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I love when my soundboard comes with my Snoop Dogg 420 button. Speaking of creeping back, though, why don't we creep back over to our another good friend? You know, instead of forgetting to mention him like we unfortunately did in the maybe one or two episodes in the past. Why don't we check in on our good friend Muddy? Let's get some applause.
Oh, that's right, Muddy, come here, Muddy, come here, come up here. Will you get up here? Okay, well, folks, if you couldn't tell, wait, I can make him bark. Hang on. Here, I'm going to bring the mic down, all right?
All right.
I'm going to use my sonic screwdriver from the hit show Doctor Who. I'm going to set the mic on the floor, okay? We're going to make this work. This is live, folks. This is live. All right? Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
What's going on? Oh, no. My priceless Danny DeVito figure. Okay. Muddy, come here. Come here, Muddy. Muddy, come here. Come here. Come sniff this mic. Come sniff the microphone. Hey. Look, come here. Come here. Oh, come on. Do you hear him sniffing?
Oh, I hear it.
Oh.
What, did he just eat it?
No, he knocked it over. Muddy, come here.
Oh.
Come here. What if I put food on it? I want him to bark. Muddy. Come here.
Put a little dog food on there. Put a treat on there.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, there you go.
Here. Eat the microphone. Eat the brand new microphone. Ruin this. Ruin it. Well, folks, I don't want to pretend to shoot him with my gun.
What?
No, I have a fake. I have got like one of those orange cowboy guns, you know.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes if I want him to bark, I just kind of point at it and shoot him at him, and he goes, "Oh!" But that's that, folks. I hope that was entertaining.
It was.
But Muddy is a recent addition to the podcast. Although, I mean, we just haven't featured him, I don't think, as heavily on the podcast until now, until like the past few months worth of episodes that have come out.
But he was supposed to be featured much earlier. In fact, I might edit the clip in right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a new member who you will never hear, and you may see in the future. Good old well, you heard him there. That's Muddy the dog.
Yeah,
our mic is propped up on his back.
He's gonna be our mic tripod for this because he's sleeping, and he's sleeping on old Just a Guy's lap. So,
Yeah.
his head is on my lap. The rest of him is like in the middle of the couch between us. So we thought he'd be a perfect fit, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that was a clip from Creepshow 2, a Creepy Peepers episode that we never got to release, at least not yet, because, well, let's just say we filmed the whole review. It was just we filmed it like really late, and then we kind of had to rush the second half of it because we ended up falling asleep halfway through.
Right.
But who knows? Maybe at some point, as if, dude, Creepshow 2. I can't believe that we almost reviewed it, but I'm personally glad we didn't. I've never seen a sequel with a worse omniscient narrator compared to the first one. I mean, come on, dude.
Wow. Those are some bold words that we've long-term Peepers fans, you get the struggle. Creepshow 2 Creep is a long running villain, long running antagonist of Mr. Just a Guy.
You got that right.
Because, yeah, he practically ruined the movie. But we can agree on that. Anyways, speaking of our upbringing that we weren't talking about,
Yeah.
but we were talking about it a few moments ago. Speaking of our upbringing, I want to show y'all the very first, like, opening few minutes of the first episode, Beetlejuice, that we recorded, however long ago.
It was early November of this last year, early November last year.
Yeah, and we meant to begin it around October, but I forgot what happened there. Um, so here's this. I don't remember if it's cringe or not, but here we go.
Welcome to the Creepy Peepers podcast. We are your hosts, Dane and Nigel, and this is our first episode, premiere episode of the Peepers
Yeah.
podcast. Hey! And we thought we'd kick it off very light with an oldie but a goodie. We're gonna go with 1988, good old movie Beetlejuice,
Like by Tim Burton.
by Tim Burton, with Michael Keaton and an unrecognizable Alec Baldwin, as we'll talk about later.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll bring that up later.
We did not talk about it later.
And Gina Davis too. Gina Davis, among other Tim Burton fan favorites like Catherine O'Hara and other people.
Was she in other stuff? Was she in other Tim Burton
Yeah.
stuff?
Well, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what Catherine O'Hara was in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I only know her from Home Alone, this movie, and like a few other like select new stuff. But like I'm not really familiar with her catalog other than this movie as far as old stuff goes.
Really? You want me to tell you the surprising movie that
Tell
she's
me the
in?
surprising. Yeah.
She's the voice of Sally in Nightmare Before Christmas.
You know what that? Oh.
Yeah.
I thought no for a minute. I thought you were gonna tell me like, oh, it's like just one of the miscellaneous but still like important to the story characters. I didn't know it was Sally. That's wow.
Yeah.
That's like,
Well, she played Sally, and she also played the little witch girl. I forgot her name. You know, the three little Halloween
three
kids.
Yeah.
She played one of them, but yeah, mainly she played Sally.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ooh, or yay! I don't know. Audience, what do you think? Okay. Well, they seem to like that clip a lot. What do you think of it, Nigel?
I think it is an amazing blast from the past to really see how far we've come.
Yes. And even though I don't think there were many audio glitches back in the Beetlejuice one, but I know for sure we can definitely see how far we've come between like Grinch. But I mean, even back then, like Beetlejuice, it was just bare bones podcast. We didn't have a set theme. We didn't have fan mail. We didn't have fans.
That's true.
We didn't have any of it. And now we're here with the fans, with the fan mail, and with a solid 21 episodes for a first season. And the did you think we would be here, Mr. Nigel?
Actually, not only did I think we'd be here, I was so confident early on. I thought we'd be in like the 50s right now.
Ooh,
Remember we've got our movie list.
that's true. We've got lists of nearly everything that we want to talk about. As I've said before, in previous episodes, I've compiled lists for the 3-course segments, which is going to return in season 2. Don't worry, those aren't going away. But I lost my train of thought.
We were
What
talking
was I
about the movie list and the multiple episodes.
Oh yeah. We've got lists upon lists, and Nigel's got a huge movie list of all the movies that we want to cover on the show. So we never really are going to run out of ideas.
Well, we already have. Let's be honest.
Oh man. And now, Preepy Peepers, at this time, I'd like you to remember something that thankfully hasn't happened to me in a long while. Because I've spruced up the area, but
Wait.
well,
Really quick. Sorry, I was putting together my timestamp list again. Really quick, while we're on the subject, just so I have it, and to do a little mini year in review here towards the beginning of the episode.
Okay.
What say I pull up that movie list, and we can do because I can turn it into a check off. Why don't I check off the movies that we've already done?
Yes, that's a good idea, and I'll check off the 3-course stuff that we did too. Once we're finished with that, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then Anton Chekhov is dead.
Oh, audience, what do you think of that? Wow. All right. I see.
Yeah, not too many Chekhov fans there.
Yeah. Eesh.
All right, here we go. So I pulled up the Creepy Peepers movie list here, or at least I think so. Do I have it? Yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. So we're gonna check off. Oh, yeah, let me scroll
Beetlejuice,
through.
right?
Oh shoot. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, there's still some on here. Okay. I actually forgot. Back when like we first started, I actually was updating this list, and I was automatically removing ones that we had already talked about. So a few of them are gone, but
Oh my god.
it's okay. We still have some.
Wow.
We still have some on here. All right. Out of the ones that are still on the list, we have already covered Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh yeah.
We have covered Gremlins.
Yeah.
We have covered Jurassic Park.
How's Gremlins doing, by the way?
Gremlins
How
is
like
at on YouTube,
yeah?
and this is a more interesting one because here's the thing: the video pods. I used to think like, no one watches the video pods. Gremlins is at 104 views.
Woo! Very nice, very nice. I'm glad.
Anyway,
I'm glad 104 of y'all got to spend Christmas with a Gremlins review from the Creepy Peepers. That's lovely. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry, folks.
wait, was that not a bit?
No, that was not a bit.
And Killer Clowns. We've covered Killer Clowns as well. So I will remove them from the list.
Well, here, we could just look at the season. We can check off the movies right here.
Oh, okay.
Let's check. Yeah. As soon as okay. We talked about Beetlejuice. We talked about the original Creep Show. the original film from '82. We talked about Ghostbusters. We talked about on the internet side of things. Oh wait, no. I'll say that for last. I'm doing movies first. Got mixed up with the list. We talked about Ghostbusters 2.
Okay.
We talked about They Live with
Okay.
special guest Rev Horror. That's right, from revhorror.com. And then as you said, we talked about Pee-wee. We celebrated 30 years with Jurassic Park. And we celebrated 50 years with The Exorcist. And then, as you said, we did Killer Clowns. We talked about the phenomenon, the incredible movie classic, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my gosh.
We talked about how the Grinch stole Christmas. We talked about Gremlins. And those are all of the classic movies we talked about this year. And we've got plenty more up our sleeves. Now I'm going to sco whatever that word is. I'm going to sco over to the internet side of things. And on the 3-course episodes across all of them, the images we talked about were Smile Dog, Jeff the Killer, Mario Victor #1, and the Goat Man. And then on the video list, we talked about I Feel Fantastic. We talked about Jimmy Neutron, Happy Family Happy Hour. That was our first one, I think. That was our first video topic.
Yes.
And we talked about Body of a Pig. We talked about Haunt. And let's see what else.
Hamburger Lady.
Hamburger Lady. Yes, I think that's on the sound. Yes, that's on the sound list. We talked about on the sound category Hamburger Lady, The Bloop. That's stupid sound. Travis the Chimps, 911 call, and the Trumpets in the Sky.
Yeah.
Those were the topics that we covered throughout this season. And hopefully some of them made you laugh, some of them made you cry, and hopefully all of them creeped you out a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, you could have made it rhyme there.
Well, I'm sorry. I wasn't going in that direction. What were you going to say?
They made you laugh. They made you cry. Let's just hope they didn't make you touch the sky.
Ooh, like the Trumpets in the Sky. Okay. Let's see. What else is on here? Now, can I do the insect segment now?
Oh, yes.
Now, folks, at this time, I want to share with you all the times that thankfully hasn't happened nowadays because of upkeep and living in a normal house, with a fully furnished basement. I used to get visited by creepy crawlies a lot during the early episodes of Creepy Peepers. You longtime Creepy Peepers fans may remember. Luckily, it hasn't happened in a long while.
Well, Dane, I think you're forgetting about the Jurassic Peepers review.
What? Wait, really? What was there
Remember
a bug?
the
There
Beatles
was.
and the
That's right. And
Yeah.
and Muddy had to go after him. Yes. Okay, you're right. That's got me on edge now, though. That's got me on edge. Yep. Anyways, here's all the times that a creepy crawly has visited me during recording, and then here's that special time where I tried to send the old Muddy after him. The old Muddy. So enjoy.
You know those spider crickets? People like to call them sprickets. It's basically like a cricket, but they have really long legs, so they kind of look like spider crickets. Either way, I'm looking at one right now, and it's in my house.
Sorry, folks. Once again, there's a ginormous insect in my room, and I've moved. So this is a problem that follows me. Luckily, I think it's a grasshopper. It's over by my record shelf. It's by the record shelf
You're right. Wait, let's do this live.
Let's do this live.
Let's do this live.
Peepers, we're moving from the recording area.
We just became creepy crawlies.
we just became creepy.
Okay, I now have
Dude,
one
I
of
swear
Dane's
to God.
work shoes. It is a grasshopper, dude. I don't know what these giant. We get these at my work. Oh, let's see if Muddy will handle it. Let's see if Muddy, go get it. No.
Get that. He's chicken.
He's
He is.
nobody calls
he
me
won't even
chicken.
No, but he
won't even see
he
it.
won't even.
Dude, he went. Oh, wait, he went for it.
He went for it.
No, but he didn't get it. He thought we were messing around. Why is he looking at us? Hang on.
Muddy, say something.
Okay, that was Muddy. That was Muddy's first appearance because I'm pretty sure this episode's going out before Creep Show 2.
Yeah.
We lost the grasshopper. It'll be fine. Let's just go back.
Fine.
All right, we're going back to the
Yeah.
table.
Who cares about the grasshopper? All right.
Wow. Muddy really tried to get that bug and failed. Bad dog. I'm kidding. I love Muddy. As Nigel likes to point out, Muddy's gonna die one day.
Wow, seriously? You're gonna call me? As Nigel likes to point out,
What you do?
dude, we both point out. All right, we're too busy joking about it.
No, you come up to me and you're like, you know, Muddy, you're so old. And I'm like, oh my God. You're like, Muddy, we're gonna have to get a small casket for you, make it all covered in dog. You really tease the poor guy.
Dude, you do worse than me.
What? What do I
Yep.
do worse than you?
That's why your voice got higher just now. Every time I'm over there, you're like, "Come on, you old dog," and then you like walk over to him, and I'm over here telling him, "Muddy, go get the stick. Go get the stick." You're like, "Dude, let me go play with Dixie, right?
Because
Let me get a
listen,
dog with some pep in his step."
whenever someone else is around, he puts on a show like he's too senile to do anything. I come downstairs, he's like running around. Dude, the second Nigel comes down to the house, he's over here. I'm like, Muddy, show him your trick. And he's like, and it's like, really? It's like he'll I'll be like, Muddy, go get the. And I look over, I'm like, Muddy? And he's just like looking down at the ground. I'm like, what are you sad? Are you mad at me?
You know what you should do? One
What?
day you should have it be where you should have a scene like that. We should put that in a video somewhere where you're like, Muddy, go get the stick. And then you look over at him and he's just looking at the ground, and then you just put on the Piano Man harmonica.
And we wouldn't even have to train him to do that. He just does that on his own.
Exactly.
Because think of how many times you've been over Nigel and you've been like, come on, Muddy, go get the stick. And then he just looks at the ground and then looks at you with a sad look, and you're like, come on, like, be a dog.
You know what's weird though? That's why I was so proud of him. Peepers who are aware of our video adventures, in our Peepers Spirit Halloween video, we actually I actually played fetch with Muddy for like a good amount of time, for like, I want to say maybe like 20 to 30 minutes.
That's
And he
true.
was going. As long as he's, my theory is maybe it's an outdoors thing. Maybe when he's like inside, he's like, no, to get out. Which that kind of makes sense.
That's true, because that is how his behavior is when he's down here too. And then once he goes outside, it's like, oh, he really does like being outside.
Well, you know, he's a dog.
Well, right, yeah, yeah, he's a dog. And now, Nigel, for this segment, I wanted to ask you a question.
All right.
I want to know from you. Hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to know from you, Nigel. What was the scariest nightmare that you can of recent memory that you can think of that you can have and describe in detail, like a scary campfire story.
A scary campfire story. Okay.
No, not you know what I mean. Just like
Yeah. Yeah.
give me a shiver.
Okay. Here's a scary dream I had. Okay. So I was probably about 10 or 11 years old, and I was asleep, and I was having this dream where I was able to whistle, and I was whistling, and I was whistling, and for some reason, in the dream, I
Right.
was like, you know what? Once I can't whistle, that's how I know I'm having some sort of asthma attack, or here's how I know that I can't breathe anymore, and that I need some uh like help, is because I can't whistle. For some reason, that's like the in my brain. I didn't need like I wasn't told that information in the dream. That was just for some reason something in the dream that I knew. And you're gonna later find out why I knew that.
Uh-oh.
So I was whistling and I was whistling, and then about halfway through the dream, I wasn't able to whistle no matter how hard I blew. And I woke up after about 10 seconds of not being able to whistle, only to realize I was actually suffocating in my sleep because I had the pillow over my head too tight.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's that and that's like one of those classic moments when like you see in those like movies where it's like a monster's jerking me, and then he wakes up and it's like a scarf and it's like
Yeah. So it wasn't too bad, yeah, but still, viewer beware. You're in for a scare.
for a scandal.
Dun-dun-dun,
Um,
dun-dun-dun.
oh wait, as Muddy would go bark 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 bark. That's always something I'm like in the Goosebumps intro. I'm like, why did they put a dog like 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 what is that supposed to be scary? Have the get the dog on the mic. What a
Yeah.
90s show. Perfectly encapsulated of the 90s. Anyways, I think now I'm going to dive into a nightmare that I had once as a child. So, one night I was sleeping in my bed, and I want to say actually this was in 2013, if I
Ooh.
remember correctly. And Nigel, I can't remember if I have told you this dream or not, but either
Probably
way,
not. We haven't talked dreams too much on the with each
ooh,
other.
okay, that's good. That's good. So the first weird and sort of nightmare. Oh, okay. I've got two that are in the same subject. So because apparently I'm afraid of this subconsciously. But I had I had thousands of zombie dreams. Um, but these are the two that I can remember distinctively. And one was just like perfect. Like it was so scary and real. And it would be like the like perfect opening to a scary zombie movie. Basically, I woke up from like one of my midday, when you like come home from school, or maybe not. No. You know when you like on the weekend when you take like when you sleep in and you wake up like during like the midday, you're like, "Huh."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The dream would start with me like coming out of my room during like the midday time from a nap, and there's like nobody in the house, and I look outside the back door, and this is like at when I used to live at the other house, and we had a big backyard with like the chain link fence. I remember standing at the back door, um and just standing there looking for a while, looking over at the fog, looking at it roll in, and noticing that it was getting a little more hazier, a little more grayer. And I'm like, man, what's going on here? And all of a sudden, in the layout of like the area in my dream, it's like my backyard was like a whole field. It was like infinitely times like bigger. And from the fog, I could just see like little tiny silhouettes and heads walking forward from the fog, and a huge just horde of just slow moving corpses, and they're all like stepping and crawling over the chain link fences, going across my yard, and like in a herd moving across like each person's backyard, like crawling over each fence, and they had
Yeah.
no idea that I was there. And I'm just standing there watching this like herd of corpses just like all moving across at once. I'm like, holy cow. Like that would be like great as like a first like zombie introduction, just to see them all come in a huge wave, but slowly. And I
Yeah.
remember like in the dream like leaving back and like going back into the house and like being like trying to get my family members and stuff. And then like as I'm going through the house, like as I pass by each window, I can see like a zombie walking past and going up the hill and stuff. It was really crazy. Um, but the second prominent zombie dream that I know uh, can think of uh, was way different, way stranger, but at the same location. It was at my house, the old house that I used to live at, but on the side. And in the dream, we had a cellar door that went to the basement on the side of the house. That wasn't there in real life, but you know how dreams add stuff in. For some reason, this particular zombie apocalypse created a giant green cloudy haze over everything. So everything just kind of looked like it was inside of a giant fart. And not only did everything look like a fart, but you could like fly for some reason. And
And this is
um
all one dream?
this is all one dream. So I step outside on my front porch with this, and everything's like a green haze, and I begin to fly. And like in the dream, like it's not like flying, it didn't feel like flying, it felt like swimming. So I'm like moving my arms, it's like swimming in air, is what it looked like. And I swim over to the side of my house where the cellar door is, and I'm like, oh boy, what's going on in here? And all of a sudden, the two trap doors they bust open, and the scary zombie woman is there, and she's like, and I'm all like, oh my god. And so luckily I have the power of flight. So once she tried to jump out and grab me, like I like pushed my body forward through the air. And I was like, I remember quote saying in the dream, I'm like, oh no, you don't. I'm gonna get out of here. And the dream, this is the weirdest part. The dream entirely took place in my POV until the final. It was like a shot from a movie. It was like an overshot of my house, and it was just me taking off and flying away into the green sky.
Wow. So like Peter Pan.
But a really messed up Peter Pan, yeah. And that was the end of that green dense gravity zombie apocalypse tale. Thank you. Do you have any more scary dream experiences you can think of?
I've actually got one better. All right.
Ooh, yeah, do me one better because my zombie ones were kind of funky.
Okay. So here's the thing. Dane, I think we owe something to our fans.
That's just true.
Now I know you've been hearing a few sound effects going on in the background here. Let me explain what I've been doing. So we are a podcast who has, we'd be lying if we said we didn't bank a little bit of our fame off of the fact that we've been one of the few podcasts to actually release some info on the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh my
So I
gosh!
figured-
Really?
Yeah. So I
That's
figured, you know what? Speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's, I actually mentioned in the FNAF Games review, I'm pretty sure, that I've been stuck on night 3 of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 for the past 3 years. And right here, right now, in front of the fans on the Creepy Peepers podcast, I plan to beat this game. Well, not the game. Sorry, wait, not the game. I plan to beat this night live.
Like live, like audio, like live, like right here.
Live audio, but I'm gonna share I'm gonna record the gameplay really quick. I'm gonna set that up really quick. And
Chris, what do you think of that? Yeah, that's a good idea.
all right, here, hang on. Let me put this on. All right, start recording. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm officially screen capping right now. So I'm gonna insert this in on the video version. So don't worry, peepers. All right, head on over to the.
All right, and you audio listeners, this is a good time for me to mention. If you want to see this happen, go to the Just a Guy Network to watch the video version. But also, once this episode comes out, there's going to be a brand new Creepy Peepers YouTube channel where the entirety of season 1 will be uploaded, but also all kinds of other stuff that you guys are going to want to see. So go there to watch this, and also go, subscribe to the Creepy Peepers YouTube channel. Now let's start it. Cheer them on, folks.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. Entering in night 3.
Oh, can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. Well, we gotta wait for Pink Penis to shut up. All right, here we go.
Okay, good.
Oh, I can hear it. Okay.
Okay, good. I was gonna say.
Okay. Now I can't see what's happening, but I can hear it. So I guess that's okay.
Hello. See, I told you wouldn't have any problems. Did Foxy get here in the hallway? Probably not. I was just curious. Like I said, he was always my favorite.
Good old.
They tried to remake Foxy, you know? They thought the first one was too scary, so they redesigned him to be more kid-friendly instead of those kids toys to keep the toddlers entertained, you know. But the kids these days just can't keep their hands to themselves. The staff literally had to put Foxy back together at the end of every shift.
Are you nervous, Nigel?
They just stopped trying and let
I'm a little nervous because
take apart
the
the
flashlight.
together attraction.
I'm gonna slow the phone guy down. The flashlight. Okay, Foxy got it.
Wow, I cannot believe this happened so fast.
But I toggled one of the video games.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
For those of you who don't know, in Five Nights
Yeah.
at Freddy's 2, depending on how you play the game, you can unlock secrets.
Yeah. Depending on how you play the mini games.
Yeah. All right.
And now you're going to hop back into night 3. Try it again.
I'm gonna try it. Audience, should I be trying?
Yeah.
Impromptu.
Yes. They want to.
Impromptu.
Yeah.
Impromptu Creepy Peepers Let's Play here.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Ooh. And once again, I want to emphasize FNAF 2, and most FNAF games have excellent atmosphere.
They do. They really do. I remember this one when I first. I don't even know if I mentioned this during FNAF Games retrospective, but something that I did definitely notice very early on about FNAF 2, the first time I saw like Let's Play of it, was that this one was going to be so scary because you didn't have any doors to close. You couldn't hide.
You know what? You're right. I remember that was a big deal. It was like, oh my god, there's no doors. No. It was. I remember Markiplier making a big deal about that. Jacksepticeye. And nowadays it seems trivial. You know, it seems like a big deal. You know.
Yeah.
Like what deal? So what? There's no doors. You ever played this in VR? That's how I feel nowadays. There's harder FNAF games, like FNAF 4.
That's true. FNAF 4 is really hard. Oh shoot! Hang on. I can't get Foxy to leave the hallway.
Right. I can hear him.
I'm hoping he's leaving.
I can hear him doing the noise.
Peepers, please enjoy this, because this actually is pretty scary. Okay. Balloon Boy might be in my vent. I don't know. No, he's okay. He's crawling through my vent. Oh! Okay.
Oh my gosh. That was so funny.
Do I dare?
Are you ever going to get past this night, Nigel?
Do I dare try once more for the fans?
You know what, fans? 3 is an equal number, right? I mean, 3 cores, yeah? Okay. I think they want another one.
All right. One more for you guys.
One more for the fans. Please send in your prayers. Send in your prayers that he will beat this night. I have faith.
Because you gotta have faith.
You need to have faith, Arthur. I am doing the best I can to keep this group alive. You got some money for me, boy?
What is this freestyle?
Okay, what? Wait, what? What is this freestyle you're doing?
I can't distract him.
Alright.
So far, Fox.
So far,
Also-
Foxy's not coming in yet, so
Maybe this is the early beginnings of a Creepy Peepers gaming channel.
let's hope so. Alright, because this, I've yet to beat Night 3. If I don't beat it here... Oh, somebody's in the hall.
Oh. Yeah, let us know if you want to see some gaming episodes as well. I think that'll be fun. Ooh, I hear that creepy noise creeping up my spine. Oh,
Okay, I think he's out of the hall. Let's hope so. Because I have to wind up the music box.
Oh shoot.
Oh, shoot.
Oh. Oh.
Now Bonnie's in the hall. But I don't know if I can fool Bonnie by doing this. But it's Withered Bonnie. It's not even Toy Bonnie.
Yeah, I think Withered Bonnie might have gotten you already. Would have gotten you already if it didn't work. Let's hope so.
They're both in there. Are you serious?
Oh my God.
Wait. But please, wait. This is not, wait. Now I need to wind up the music box. Okay, see, now this is why, okay, the second one is, or the second game is the most, like, hardest game. Okay, good. Okay, so I was able to get Foxy out. Withered Bonnie is still in the hall. I can't actually entirely remember how to keep Bonnie out.
Peepers fans, you wanna phone a friend here?
Peepers fans, you wanna phone a friend here?
Yeah.
Oh
Peepers
my
fans.
God.
I said Peepers fans. Peepers fans. Is Nigel gonna get out of this alive?
Ooh, I did it. He's out of the hall.
Oh.
Someone's calling.
What time is it?
It's 2 a.m.
Oh, we gotta speed up the clock a little bit there, huh? We gotta get time ticking and going. We gotta get that clock up to 5. I mean, not that I don't have any faith.
Somebody's in the vent. Who's that?
Oh, It's okay. You know what to
It's
do.
Chica. It's Chica. It's
Got
Chica.
Did you put the mask on?
I put the mask on.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I got blasted.
that's terrible.
I got blasted at 3 a.m.
Blasted at 3 a.m. Imagine getting blasted at 3 a.m.
That's the new meta for 3 a.m. challenges. Getting blasted at 3 a.m.
Wow. Oh my.
Well,
Well, folks, next up on the list of things to do is uh some fan mail.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
What better to stop to chop up the action between Five Nights at Freddy's with some fan mail.
Hey, Creepy Peepers! I'm Meg.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are so excited and sad that it's the last episode of the Creepy Peepers podcast.
Of the season. And I just wanted to say that this has been, even though you guys have only been doing this for like 2 years, this is my favorite year. And I really like the new episodes you came out with. I really like the movies you talked about.
Yes, I love listening to the Creepy Peeper podcast during my classes, and when it's so boring that I'm like, I need a little pickup from my little friends Dane and Nigel.
This is true. Actually, I listen to it at work sometimes when it's so slow, and sometimes I actually laugh out loud, and I really hope people don't think I'm insane. But we just wanted to say congratulations, and we love you guys. Woo! Yippee!
Hi, Creepy Peepers. I just wanted to say how proud I am of both of you for making it through the whole season because every single episode was so good, and I would know because I listened to all of them. Thank you guys for making such a fantastic podcast, and I know that me and everyone else are so excited to see what you have in store for next season. Bye, Creepy Peepers.
Thank you so much, everybody. That was so great.
Thank you very much. And thank
It brings
you.
a tear to my just a guy.
Yeah, yes. And thank you, the listeners who are listening and hopefully laughing and hopefully shouting. We are now going to talk about something me and Nigel talked about long time ago. As part of our, I guess, plans of stuff that we want to do. And basically, to get down to it, me and Nigel are scared of apes. And we plan to make some sort of film or something about it at some point.
No. It wasn't that. We were doing our little Skate 3 jam sesh, and then we were like, wow, like we were going back and forth about how like monkeys are scary, or like chimpanzees and stuff, and
Because we're
like,
both afraid of chimps. We both find them a little terrifying. So does Tim Burton.
Oh, does he really?
Yes, Tim Burton is apparently, it's a fact that I learned. He is afraid of apes. And
but he directed Planet of the Apes.
Yes, he did. He directed a variation of Planet of the Apes. And I think that was something that they said attributed to why the film sucked so bad, is because Tim Burton was practically shielding his face the whole time directing. Can you imagine? He's like, all right, Tim, what next? What's the next shot? What? Tim, will you please put your hand over your eyes? They're just monkeys. It's Helen Bottom Carter. It's Helen Bottom Carter. No. We can't get this guy. Why don't you go make another stop motion puppet movie, Mr. Tim Burton? Why am I? Here's the thing. I'm dogging on Tim Burton right now. I'm a fan. As Nigel is too. We're Tim Burton fans.
Yeah.
I'm not dogging on Tim Burton. In case Tim Burton is listening. Tim Burton.
And we know he is.
We know, yeah, Tim, we know you're listening. And Tim, I want you to know something. I love you. Okay.
All right. I think I'm about to have a new nightmare today. All right. Anyway. But yeah, so we were talking about how we were scared of these guys.
Right.
And then we were like, oh it'd be really scary if somebody were on a train, were on like a subway train,
Right.
and somebody was on a subway train, and there was a monkey on that subway train.
And picture like one of those like big like husky orangutan ape looking things, you know?
Yeah, and there
Maybe
was
not
no
like
one else
the
on the train.
super big strong ones, but like, one that's medium sized but big enough to, do some damage.
Yeah, King Louis from
Yes.
not the Jungle Book, the CGI one, but from the
From the
original.
original
Yeah,
picture the original King Louis from the original animated Jungle Book in real life. And
dude, that's actually we should have talked
yeah.
about that too. King Louis from the CGI Jungle Book is so big and so unsettling.
He's a
Despite having,
Gigantopithecus.
oh, he is, isn't he?
Right. That
Oh,
because
okay, that makes sense then.
they decided to make him a Gigantopithecus in that remake, which I think
I
was
was,
cool because during that time orangutans were actually that size.
were they?
Yeah,
What year is Jungle Book supposed to take place?
I think like a long time ago.
I thought it was like early 1900s, but since it was India, it was different.
I mean, who knows? It could be any time in India. So I
Yeah.
don't know, but it's definitely taking place at a point. At least the remake is taking place at a definite point when Gigantopithecus were uh definitely roaming the earth because they totally were, and it's terrifying. I think that's why some orangutans are as big as they are. You know, the ones
Yeah,
with the big, like flat faces.
yeah, they got the big flat cheeks.
Right? I saw one of those at the zoo recently. I think his name was Joe.
Joe Mama. Um,
uh,
yeah, so we were
um,
talking about how scary it would be to have one of those guys on like a subway train, and
right.
then it's just like you and that giant chimp, and then all of a sudden, and this is how I have always imagined this scene in my head. So a guy's on the subway train, or a guy gets on the subway. No one else is there. It's like late at night, dimly lit, flickering light subway station. He gets on the subway. He's got his headphones on. He's like sitting down. He's trying not to not to be too paranoid, but he can't help but be paranoid. He's
Right.
like on his phone, like ding 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 ding
Listening
ding.
to Christopher Cross. Living
Yeah.
it up between here and New York City.
And
Having a
then
good old
he looks
saxophone.
over and he sees this giant orangutan. And at first he like looks over and then quickly looks back down. He does like a double take. Because like of course you wouldn't be like, oh man, this is really a, but he looks over and at first the orangutan isn't looking at him. Then he looks over again once he does his double take and he is looking at him. And at first he starts to go back to what he's looking at. Then the second time or the third time he looks up, he looks over, he's not there anymore, and he's like, I must have been chopping on the maca. Then he looks in front of him and he's now sitting, the orangutan is sitting right across from him. And at first he's like, but then he like tries to like look down at his phone. He tries to like not like he kind of pulls himself in a little bit with his body language. And here's the thing. In the wild, that's a sign of like submission. That's a sign of like you are afraid of what you're not supposed to do that. Like any animal, like even kangaroos. Kangaroos like beat people up because either A, they start freaking around, or because they start going like if you have like a confidence, like you don't see Steve Irwin, well I got bit by a shark the other week, but I went over to my kangaroo and he just punched the snot out of me. But anyway, back to the story. He's kind of like curling himself up. He's like, oh man, this is too crazy. This is too crazy. He looks back up. He's gone. The orangutan is now next to him. The orangutan looks down at him. And then we zoom out and we see the subway doors closed. And we see the actual car, the actual subway car that they're in, we see it slowly start shaking, and we just hear a scream
Ooh,
as it goes down the tunnel.
beautiful. Honestly, beautiful. And especially if you picture just like one of those like orangutans that's just dirty and matted fur and with the long hanging orangish brown and the dark eyes of some of the scariest ape pictures you've seen in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
Think
And
of
you know who
think
we're
of
gonna
that.
get? If we if
What?
we need to if we need to go low budget and we need to get somebody in an orangutan suit, we're gonna get Tyson. Tyson, if you're listening, and we know you are, you're gonna be the orangutan.
Yeah, Tyson. Yeah, here, you know what, Tyson? What do you want to be a monkey in the podcast?
Yeah, sure. I'll be a monkey.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, Tyson.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first, folks. Tyson is signed on to be in the suit of the ape when we make the movie.
Absolutely.
Or an episode of a show.
Ooh, yeah. Maybe a potential future horror
Yeah.
anthology series, a creep
Yeah.
show spiritual successor.
Yeah, and you all know how much the creepy peepers love creep show.
Absolutely, the first one, and
For,
maybe a
I,
few
I
episodes
wa-
of the TV show.
yeah, I unfortunately love a bit of the second one, but you know we'll have to save that, I guess, for another time.
Oh, and also, Dan, not to spoil your surprise, but I recently was at Walmart. They
Ooh.
have Creepshow season 4 already on disc.
Really?
They already do.
Oh, because I wanted to. You know what sucks? I pre-ordered it. Oh, here we go. Classic talk about physical media.
Yep.
But I pre-ordered season 4 of Creepshow, the TV show, the brand new TV show based on the beloved classic movie. I pre-ordered season 4 on Blu-ray, and for some reason it like didn't come and it was canceled. So I'm very happy to know um that Creepshow season 4 is now sitting on a shelf at Walmart. I could just stroll right in there and pick it up.
Not only that, but I can I say something? All right, and this has been something that has been surprising me for months now. Why on earth have they, like, okay, back in like the 90s, you had to wait for VHS. It was easier. For VHS, you maybe got movie releases like a couple months to maybe like a year. A year is I feel like the max. You had to wait for the VHS of whatever movie to come out. All right.
Right.
For DVD, it was like I want to say maybe a year. Probably a year. Now it's like the minute that it's out of theaters, it's on the shelves.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
It's
still in theaters.
exactly. Just is Five Nights at Freddy's still in theaters?
Now wait, when did it come out? What was it? October?
Yeah.
It it might be actually. You know what? It did well enough that it could be. I don't
'Cause
think
I
so. No, I don't
I
think so.
pre-ordered
I don't
it.
think so.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that movie on Blu-ray and I have it on my shelf now and the movie is still in the theaters.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I actually I don't think it's still in theaters. I think it's probably out of theaters now.
maybe. Well, I mean,
Well, let me
with
check.
as
Let
big
me
as
check.
the
Let me
movie
look it
is,
up.
yeah, it do worth a check. But in the meantime, I just wanted to talk about Creeps. Really, we mean it. We have got some stuff in store for season 2 for the future of Creepy Peepers.
Yeah, it's
We're
it's out. It's out. It's out of theaters.
Oh, it's out of theaters.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Well, either way, I think I still had the movie on my shelf when it was in theaters for sure, though. But either way, besides any of that, we Creepy Peepers have wonderful stuff in store for you guys. Um, and we've come this far, we've gone this long. We may as well continue.
Yeah.
Bigger and better, stronger, badder. You know.
Yeah, this has been a truly wild ride, and we couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, you listeners. Um, you listeners are what makes it, and that's also going to be part of episodes going forward. I wanted to talk about this. Viewers and listeners on Instagram and YouTube, I think you guys will be able when season 2 comes out, I think are going to do polls where you viewers and listeners get to pick from a poll what movie we talk about next.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's exciting. Um, and I'm not sure what film we're gonna start off the next season with, but until then, creepy peeps, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you again on the Creepy
Beepers.
Podcast.
Bam!
Fantastic.
Hello there, kiddies. 'Tis I, the
No, you're not. You're not the creep.
Whoa! Hey, you, man.
No, you, okay? You're not the creep. You're from Creepshow 2, and you practically ruined that movie.
Oh, yeah? Prove it.
What?
Yeah, Nigel, hear him out. Maybe he's got a good point.
Oh, of course you think that.
Review Creepshow 2 first thing next season, or you're going to eat your words, literally.
Dane, Creepshow 2 review? To bust this freaking clown?
Oh, that's rich.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Of course. Well, in that case, we'll be seeing you for Creepshow 2 on the Creepy
Peepers
Podcast.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you, you son of a...
Wait, that's the wrong sound. Hang on. What? Let me try sound out. That one's stupid. Hang on. Okay, wait. This one's good.
Are you serious?
What?
Dude, that was hilarious. I'm leaving that in fact.
Okay,
This has been a Just a Guy Network audio production.